Okay, hi, welcome back. This is Shelley. I am an astrologer in Orlando, Florida, and I wanted to jump in here and give you two different events that are coming up very quickly. One is the full moon in Capricorn, which probably by the time I get this popped up on the internet will have just happened because I'm going to do it tonight. And the full moon is at 4:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is a chart. I'm going to pop it over here this side and let you see what it is. So 27 degrees Scorpio rising. Mars is in Virgo, so it's in an earth sign, just like the full moon. And the moon is at 18 Capricorn. Sun is at 18 Cancer. So the fact that it's in the Cancer Capricorn dynamic and polarity means that the sun, the ego is around family, the dynamic of home, the dynamic of interactions with other family members. And it's a very strong energy around security financially. Cancer always looks for financial security. Then the moon, which of course is the ruler of Cancer, is in the opposite sign of Capricorn, which is how we make money, is our career, our life purpose, and the structure that we give to that area of our lives. It is in 18 degrees of Capricorn, which, like I said, is in trine to Mars. Mars is masculine energy, it's drive, it's aggression, it's assertiveness. In Virgo, it doesn't tend to be as assertive and aggressive, it's much more cooperative. Virgo is the sign of the helper. And so we're looking for ways to make things better. We're always very highly analytical, and it's a mercurial energy. So we understand the vibration of energy very well. It can be technology, but it's more earthbound and grounded energy. So Mars is, we're taking action in a helper sense. It is also the sign of military and the people who serve in the military. So having a trine between the moon in Capricorn and Mars in Virgo can mean that we are looking at some type of military action. Um, there's a lot of stuff that you can read into this, but definitely there is an energy between the sun sextile to Mars and then opposing the moon. And then the trine between Mars and the moon can also mean that there may be a emotional military event, which of course always seems like something heavy is going to happen to military personnel or potentially teachers or anyone in a service industry. But those are the themes and areas of Virgo. Mars in Virgo is military activity. And then the moon in trines can be very deep emotional awakening with the trine planets. Um, it is seen traditionally as a positive energy because they are in cooperative signs, meaning the element is the same, in this case, earth. But I would read it definitely someone in authority, potentially in the military or a head of state, because Capricorn rules leaders and governmental authority and authority figures. Definitely, there's some kind of energy going on around that. And then what else do we have? We have Pluto retrograde still. Oh, and Saturn, the ruler of the full moon, Capricorn, is going retrograde. And I'm going to just switch real quick to that chart. So the Saturn retrograde happens on Sunday morning, just after midnight at 12:07 a.m. And that means we have an Aries rising at 2 degrees, but both Neptune and Saturn are above the horizon, which I find this really fascinating because my son has an aspect very similar to this with Aquarius energy. He has a 1 degree rising with two planets above the horizon in the same sign as the rising, which is, a sliver of sky that you can actually have those planets in, which is what's going on here. So what happens up until Saturn goes retrograde is Saturn is moving towards Neptune, and Neptune is retrograde, which it just retrograded last weekend. And so Saturn and Neptune are, the Neptune energy is the ideal, the dream, the vision, and Saturn is trying to ground it into reality. So they're moving towards each other. When Saturn retrogrades, it means there's still a story or a lesson left to be learned in the end degrees of Pisces, which is where Saturn will be heading when it retrogrades. And so Pisces is endings. It can be a deeply emotional, sentimental energy. It's the energy of the vintage, of the elderly. And so when Saturn goes retrograde in Aries at the beginning degree, it's a kind of like when you test the waters. You put your toe in the water. Is it somewhere I want to go? And then in this case, yeah, it's going to be fabulous. The water feels really good and we want to go in, but now we're going to go back and take care to get the right equipment. We're going to get a towel. We're going to get our swimsuits on. Maybe we just had shorts on. That's the energy of Pisces. We're going to go and prepare. Also, we may need to take a shower, which is very Piscean, and get ready to go in the pool. And so that is getting rid of the old energy and in a sense of releasing the things that we've held on to, in a sense of people. It can be the elderly transitioning or the end of a life, the end of a storyline. It doesn't have to be morbid. It can be very lovely and a positive release of something. Could be cleaning your closet out of old clothes that you're sentimental about, but maybe don't need anymore and really don't want to keep lugging from home to home. The other thing I've noticed here is that we have Venus in Gemini and Uranus just got into Gemini. So there's a really strong energy around awareness and clarity on the theme around women and girls, which of course with the Neptune retrograde, that was the flooding. And we lost a number of people, including many young ladies and girls in Texas this past week. So there is more awareness and information to come out. And then there's also duality around it. So that can mean that there are two paths. One is the true and correct higher understanding, and then the lower under the lower awareness that something isn't as it should be and maybe isn't fully revealed to us yet. And because Neptune is at early degrees of Aries, and both Neptune and Saturn will go back into Pisces. Again, that is the energy of understanding a deeper, wiser way of looking at things, but also the clarity of Gemini as we come into that. And I would say because Venus and Uranus are combined, are very close to a conjunction energy. About 8 degrees is my orb of conjunction, that there is a very strong storyline around women and what we are doing with regard to women and the awareness of their place in society. Uranus is a power planet. It's about authority and power and personal power and autonomy. So that's a pretty strong energy. The themes of Saturn in Aries again will be masculine energy, civil rights, aggression, authority, weapons of all kinds. But yeah, it's an energy of assertiveness and aggressiveness and violence at times. In the lower Aries energy, it's violence. In the higher Aries energy, it's assertiveness and growth and construction. Definitely, there could be destruction in the lower energy, but construction in the higher energy. And Neptune is helping us to be more aware of what's holding us back from that path that we want to go forward on. Anyway, I just wanted to get you the basics here. It's interesting, I'm noticing up in Scorpio, we have an 8-degree Vesta in Scorpio with Black Moon and Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio at 10, and Juno, the asteroid of marriage, all clustered together. So home, um, significant goddess, powerful woman energy, and love and marriage clustered in Scorpio in the 8th house of marriage in the Saturn return as well. So there could be some storylines around the depth of an emotional connection and bond in this chart. And the Saturn return has Pluto at 2 degrees Aquarius and Moon at 19 Aquarius. And that's pretty strong. And the moon is conjoined Pallas Athena, which is also another strong female goddess in mythology. The final thing I wanted to mention which, let me see, where is this? Is Saturn? I think it might be the other chart. Give me a second. Well, interestingly, Scorpio is on the horizon for the full moon in Cap. And I guess what I kind of want to bring about in your awareness is the connection between the full moon in Capricorn and Saturn retrograde only a few days later. So they are very strongly connected. So it's between the full moon telling a storyline of home and career, and coupled with that energy being pulled back so that we can understand it and maybe grow from, the energy of where we truly want to be. They are both cardinal energies, meaning initiators. So there will be a step back. We are initiating with Saturn going into Aries and Neptune into Aries. And then both retrograding means that we have to go reevaluate career, assertiveness. Aries is marketing as well. So there's some of that energy too. I guess also what I want to say is look for events that involve authority figures, involve civil rights, involve people of color, immigration, because this is like the Aries energy tends to be more standing up for your rights. So immigration kind of falls in that realm with the Saturn energy. But then we have Jupiter in Cancer, which is where the sun was and has been this month. And I think definitely the 4th of July was much closer to the energy of Jupiter. So I think the summer is going to be a very strong energy around home and family and maybe even protection of family. I hate to use the phrase, but family values, wanting to really protect your security around the family. Okay, I'm sure there's something else I wanted to say I can't bring to the surface right now, but I wanted to get this out and wish you a good day and be safe out there. Thanks. Bye. If you want a reading, be sure to go to angeliczodiac.com.